Hello class, how you guys doing? My name is Moses. Can you guys tell me the meaning of this picture? Do you guys have any idea?
No idea.
Okay, these are African tribal marks. Tribal marks in Africa are used for identification, to identify an individual where you come from. You have different tribes in Nigeria. Now, you have Yoruba tribal marks. These are Yoruba tribal marks. You can see that. And this is Benin tribal mark. Today we're going to be learning, the reason why people do this tribal mark. Also, we're going to look at the disadvantages. We're going to look at the advantages. Okay, now, what are tribal marks? Like I said, in Yoruba land, where you have these, people use these to identify, their babies, where you come from, just in case of war, like something happened. People are going to say, oh, this with your mark, you're from Yoruba land, or this with your mark, you are from Benin. Now, how do they do this? They do this when the child is born. They do this by burning of the skin. When you burn the skin with coal or cutting of the skin. And this is culture. Now, let's look at the disadvantages of this, cutting of the skin, these tribal marks, though even if it's, culture. But you want to look at, number one, what about infection? What about bleeding? So in those days, they never think about that. They always think about this is just our culture. We need to keep to that. So the disadvantage is that the child will bleed. And most of these people don't have money to take their children to the hospital. So bleeding and also infection can be a strong disadvantage. But the advantage is that something happened, I can say, hey, you're from Yoruba land, you're from Benin. And also, another thing again, there's a lady, if you go to www African Tribal Markings in meanings, you click on tribal mark. Melinda, she was saying something about her friend, the both of them went to the same school, but the friend do have Yoruba mark. See, one of the disadvantages, he was like, he's so embarrassed. Anywhere he go to, people want to ask him, hey, where did you get this from? Is it an accident? He keep explaining, to people like, this is from Africa, this is our culture, this is what we do. But look at this present day. I'm a living witness of the Benin cultural mark. I do have a mark if you look closely, but you can't really see it the way you're sitting right now. I do have, little mark on my face. But whenever I travel back to Africa, they can easily say, hey, you from Benin. Back in those days, like I said, if you don't have this big tribal mark, you don't have this mark from Yoruba, you are considered not beautiful. So most of these people back in those days, they use these, to get married. If you don't have this, if you're not this, you're not beautiful. But these days, we don't look at that anymore. What have we learned today? We've learned about African tribal mark, the advantages, the disadvantages, the reason why people do, use their tribal mark. I hope you all guys understood everything. Any question? Thank you, class.